Top 10 terrifying people who claim to be from space. Starting with number 10, George Van Tassel. George is a man who established a UFO center in 1947 at a giant rock near Landers in the Mojave Desert of California. In essence, he was a founding member of a UFO religion who was interested in gathering and studying UFO phenomena, as well as speaking with those who claim to have been contacted. In 1952, George started claiming that he had been communicating with an alien called Ashtar through telepathy. In addition to this, he also asserted that he had spoken with deceased people like Nikola Tesla. George would also see the Christian Bible as an example of extraterrestrial interference in human evolution. Jesus himself, according to him, was an alien. George claimed to have combined human abilities with an allegedly highly developed form of alien technology in order to receive these messages. Naturally, not everyone could use this technology. It required the right person, proper training, and proper meditation techniques. Number 9. Marshall Applewhite. The Heaven's Gate cult was started by Marshall and his ex-partner Bonnie Nettles. These two thought of themselves as walk-ins or some higher beings who took possession of two middle-aged people in order to spread their messages and instruct humanity. Unfortunately, some people did believe it after being duped and exploited. In the belief that Earth would be recycled and that leaving immediately would be the only way to continue living, they gave up their lives and all material possessions. When Marshall stated that they had a spacecraft en route to the comet Hale-Bopp in March 1997, it was time to depart from Earth. He claimed that in order for the UFO to take them to another level of existence above humans, they all had to stage suicide. Over a few days, Marshall and 39 other members of the cult committed suicide. Number 8. Dorothy Martin. The Seekers, also known as the Brotherhood of the Seven Rays, belonged to a UFO religion that flourished in the Midwestern United States in the middle of the 20th century. Dorothy Martin, also known as Sister Thedra, was the group's leader. This group was initially founded by a man by the name of Charles Laffhead. On December 21, 1954, she thought a UFO would arrive and save them all from a catastrophe. One of the earliest UFO religions is frequently credited to this cult. Of course, the UFO did not arrive, and while this made some members quite skeptical, others began to think that they only needed to wait a few more days until Christmas Eve. Many members of the group abandoned this religion when the second incident was also unsuccessful, which is probably why the group and its beliefs dispersed. Number 7. Philip K. Dick. As the author of 44 novels and 121 short stories, Philip is undoubtedly best known for his science fiction works, but the events in his own personal life might have had an impact on his stories. Brad Stager, a fellow author, recalled how Philip had written to him in the late 1970s to express his beliefs that he might be a star person. The concept of star beings predates our New Age beliefs, and it is frequently credited to an indigenous American belief. Naturally, this concept had been adopted and changed to fit our contemporary culture. Brad Stager popularized the idea that star people are essentially some kind of alien-human hybrids. Number 6. Vinny O. Thankfully, Vinny doesn't lead a terrifying cult. Instead, they are an individual who wants to be an alien. To achieve this out-of-world appearance, Vinny has spent thousands of dollars on cosmetic procedures. They are even considering removing their genitalia entirely through surgery. They would also go to great lengths to remove their belly button and nipples in order to achieve complete sexlessness. When they first arrived in Los Angeles, according to Vinny, they noticed that everything was focused on sex and beauty, and they didn't want to be a part of that culture. They desired to stand out from the crowd, embrace ugly, and reject sexual objectification, which is why they decided on an alien with no gender as their muse. Number 5. L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard created the set of beliefs and practices that make up Scientology, which has been variously characterized as a cult. This group's central tenet is that people are immortal and that our physical bodies serve primarily as homes for us. This cult, however, holds that our souls once belonged to other extraterrestrial real lives, and that this life here on Earth is only one of many. Obviously, you can only access that passage in the text after spending $200,000 on the cult. This group's beliefs and associated illegal activities, such as fraud and government espionage, are quite contentious. Numerous superior court rulings have labeled this organization as both a risky cult and a cunningly profitable enterprise. Number 4. Maxine Dietrich. Maxine founded the Joy of Satan Ministries, an esoteric occult group that promotes spiritual Satanism in the early 2000s. Theistic Satanism, Gnostic paganism, Western esotericism, UFO conspiracy theories, and extraterrestrial beliefs are essentially combined in this. Number 3. Ernest Norman. The Universal Articulate Interdimensional Understanding of Science, or UNARIUS, is credited to have been founded by Ernest and his wife Ruth. This group holds that all beings have undergone numerous reincarnations and that the soul is immortal. Aliens are thought to be human beings who have previously lived on Earth as well as other planets. Aliens are technologically and spiritually more advanced than us. Number 2. Heidi Fitkau-Garthe. This person is credited with starting the Atman Foundation, a religious movement. This movement was primarily active in Germany and on a Canary Islands island. 32 members of this sect believed they would be picked up by a spacecraft and transported to a new, unspecified location on a different planet. But if this strategy didn't work, the members intended to commit suicide. Uncertainty surrounds the group's continued existence, but given that the spacecraft they were all expecting probably never arrived, it's assumed this group might not be with us anymore. And finally, at number 1, we have Claude Maurice Marcel Vorilhon, or Raël. The Raëlian movement, a UFO cult, was started by French journalist Raël. Raël reportedly had an alien encounter in December 1973, which inspired him to found this movement. Raël claims that during his alien encounter, the alien informed him that he was the chosen one and that he needed to spread the word to the inhabitants of Earth. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and press the notification bell so you never miss out on our next videos. Until the next video, take care.